Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. This is my first talking video. I've only made 2 videos prior to this and they were postcards to either a month or a season, and I am hoping to make more of those, but also incorporate more of, you know, this face and this voice going on. So I hope you enjoy. I thought, you know, making a video compiling my favorite products of 2015 would be a good way to start off things, or in a way also end things off, since there's only, as I am filming this, probably, wait, I don't even know what today is. There's like 3 days left in 2015, which is kind of crazy. So let's dive in. Okay, so I have 3 blushes for you guys because I couldn't narrow it down to one, and I've really been switching between these 3. My first one is my latest discovery, which if you read my blog you would have seen in my latest Sephora haul. It is the Sephora Colorful, I think that's what it's called, the Sephora Colorful Blush. This is in the shade number 6 called Flirt It Up. It's a beautiful corally pinky blush, super pigmented. I don't know if you can tell, and this is it swatched on my arm. It is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous color, and what I love about this formula is that once you put it on your cheeks, that's what I'm wearing today actually, I feel like it's still, there's some sort of translucent quality to it, meaning that I can still see my skin shine through, and if you go like this, your skin still glows from within. So I really like that. The only kind of drawback is that it can be a little powdery and splotchy, so you have to be pretty careful blending it in, but I can get beyond that because I really love this color and the glowy aspect that it brings, even though it's a powder. The next one I am terrified to open because I have completely shattered it. See, I don't know if you can tell, it's completely shattered because I bring it everywhere with me. It's the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in the shade Tipsy. If you are a frequenter of YouTube, I'm sure you've heard people talk about this a million times. It at first I didn't think the shade looked right on me when I first applied it because I wasn't used to wearing such bright corally, almost orangey colors. And then I was at uni, and after morning class went to the bathroom, looked in the bathroom, and was like, looked in the bathroom mirror, and I was like, holy crap, do I look awake and healthy? Whereas I felt the exact opposite. I had gotten like 3 hours of sleep. So this will really perk up, awaken your face when you need it, and it's been a lifesaver for those reasons. The last blush that I love is from Dior, and I don't see many people talk about this one. It is a very frightening color. You can see it's like this really bright, almost what would you call it, fluorescent pink. And I don't know what drew me to this blush because this is in no way a color that I would ever reach for. It's almost a bluish pink, and it is one of the most natural blushes that I own. You can see I've made quite the dent in it. Let me see if I can swatch it for you. Okay, so it is right here. You can see it's quite different from the Sephora one. So it's this really bright pink, and obviously I've swatched it pretty heavily on my wrist so you can see the pigmentation and the color of it. But this is something that you can just dust off, you know, just a tiny bit, and it will, again, perk you up. It'll make you look alive and fresh, and this is kind of like the color that you would get on your cheeks if you went for like a jog in a wintry, snowy forest and you came back and you were like, oh, I'm so fresh, and this is what your cheeks would look like. It's something I like to wear if I don't feel like putting, you know, much makeup on. It's just like I like to wear blush though, because otherwise I look like a zombie. So anyways, this is a really wonderful color and blush. In terms of bronzer, and I apologize for the US gals because you can't find this in the US, but my favorite has been the Bourjois Poudre Bronzante Delice de Poudre Bronzing Powder. It is supposedly filled with glints of sunshine, and of course that is horseshit. I hate the packaging. It's supposed to look like a chocolate bar when you open it. You can see I've used it quite a bit. When you open it, this is of course supposed to look like chocolate, and it's supposed to smell like chocolate, though it doesn't. It just smells really sweet. But you know what? I actually don't really mind it, and usually I hate heavy scents. So the packaging, awful, and it's not something I would have ever been drawn to, except I was in the Bourjois store in Paris, and it was buy two get one free, and I figured, okay, let me try something that I wouldn't otherwise, you know, I would never buy. And I had heard good things about this, and I played around with it, and I love it. It's beautiful. It's sort of the perfect bronzing shade for my complexion, at least. It's not too orangey, it's not too gray, it's right here. I had bought the Nars bronzer, what is it called? You know, the one everyone raves about that supposedly looks good on everyone. It makes me look like a zombie. I look gray and ashen, and it's just not a good look for me. So that's why I had sort of been afraid of using more bronzers. I do have a good alternative though for US gals if you can't get your hands on this. The honey bronzer, mine's completely broken again. This falls off because I've loved it to bits. It looks like this. It is a gray bronzer as well. This is more matte than the Bourjois one, though the Bourjois you can't tell at all. That has particles of sunshine. You wouldn't be able to tell in the skin. And it's slightly colder. It's the one right here. But it's still a really great bronzer that I've loved a lot. In terms of eyeliner, I have been trying to find the perfect drugstore eyeliner for years because I don't want to spend over $20 on an eyeliner. Here's my eyeliner collection. There are tons more. Let's see. These two eyeliners here from the drugstore are the ones that I feel are the best options. I do not like the reformulation of the L'Oreal one as much. I'm sorry, I forget what it's called. This is not an eyeliner pen. It's the one that you dip into the formula, the ink, I guess. I really like the brush. Make sure if you want to get this one, you get the waterproof brush, because the non-waterproof brush, I'm not sure why it's different, but it is, and it's much thicker and, oh sorry, my cat's meowing, much thicker and stiffer. This one's perfect, but as you can see, I can't twist it because the ink kind of dries up inside the cap, so you can't close it. But yeah, the formula of it is really good. It stays for a long time. And I like the brush of it. So that's one of my favorite drugstore options. The other one is a Physicians formula. This also has a really wonderful brush. I've used it quite a lot, so it's starting to fray a little bit on the edges. But this is sort of similar to the Kat Von D one. It's like little, I don't know how to describe it, but instead of like being a felt tip, it's like more like a real brush with little filaments. If that makes sense. Oh, it's either the dog or the cat. I'm sorry, there's gonna be animal noises coming from all sides for this video. So yeah, Indy, shut up. So this is a good one. The only thing that I don't like is the formula because it's not as pigmented and long lasting. So that's a little drawback. Which brings me to the Stila Stay All Day, and this really has been my favorite out of everything that I've tried. I've also tried the Kat Von D one, which people really, really love, except for me, it dried out after 3 weeks of use. So yeah, I don't know if I got a dud. I might give it another go, but even then, I didn't think the formula was as long lasting and matte as this one. Not that this is completely matte. It still has a slight shine to it, but not much, and it's a very intensely pigmented black eyeliner. The tip is really great, perfect length. It's really easy to apply and make a winged eyeliner wing, a winged eyeliner wing, and that's what you want to do. So yeah, I highly recommend the Stila Stay All Day eyeliner. Unfortunately, the drugstore options can't compete with that one. In terms of concealer, my favorite concealer, and again, if you watch YouTube videos or read beauty blogs, and this will come as no surprise, it's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. It comes with a sponge tip applicator, and you have to twist the product like so and then apply it. It is one of the best concealers I have tried, even compared to high-end. The Nars one that everyone raves about as well. Shut up, cat. The Nars one just dries out my under eye area, increases and ages me 25 years. I'm currently testing out the Urban Decay Naked Skin, which I like so far, but I have to say is very, very similar to this one. This one is what, $9 maybe? I'm not sure exactly, but you know, it's a drugstore item, whereas this one is about, I forget, $22. So for half the price, you get something that is just as good, in my opinion. This one maybe offers a tiny bit more coverage, but not that noticeably. In terms of eyeshadow, I very, very rarely wear eyeshadow, mostly because I'm a complete noob when it comes to eyeshadow, and I feel like it looks horrible on me. I don't know why. I would love for someone to do my eye makeup and see how they would approach that, because I put on brown and I look like I'm dead, and I put on purple and I look like I'm a fairy in a bad way, like, you know, like a Polly Pocket fairy. So yeah, I feel like it just looks too much on me, but that being said, I love the Dior, what's it called? Diorshow Fusion Mono in the color Chimere 821. It is a beautiful pinky, shiny, just a lovely pink. Let me see if I can swatch it for you. It's just so gorgeous. I don't even know if you're gonna see it when I put it on my hand, just because it's so, it doesn't capture well in photography. I did a wedding guest makeup look that I posted on my Instagram, and you couldn't tell at all that I was wearing this because it's so sparkly and light reflecting. So in terms of pigmentation, it's right here. You can't see the pink that much. It really is just about that shine, and it's almost has this wet look to it that I really, really, really love. So yeah, this is a major winner for me, even though it is so goddamn expensive. For mascara, that's something I never go high end for, because I'm very happy with drugstore offerings. There are tons of mascara that I really enjoyed wearing this year. The latest one though, and my biggest discovery, I would say, is the Maybelline Lash Sensational, sorry. It has one of these brushes that I don't usually like because they're angled, I guess you could say, curved is more like it. The reason why I don't usually like this is because when I apply my mascara, it hits my lid, my upper lid. So I like it when it's straight, but I haven't had as much problem with it actually. The formula is really wonderful. It holds your curl like a motherfucker, and really just, it's what I have on today. I don't know if you can tell, but it elongates the lashes, kind of makes like a doe-eyed effect. It really separates all of them and volumizes them as well. So it kind of ticks all the boxes that you would want For lipsticks, I have 2, 3, depending on how you categorize the third one. Let's start with my favorite nude. It is the Clinique what are these called? Lip Pops? Clinique Pop. Supposedly it is a lip color and primer. I don't know if that's just marketing language, because I don't think they're like more moisturizing than a moisturizing formula. It looks like this. It's a beautiful nude. It has slight, here, let me swatch it for you. Let me find an area of my, yeah, right here. Up. It looks like this. It has slight gold particles in it, which I love. I didn't think I would like shiny lipsticks, and I do. Not that this is super shiny at all. It's not like, whoa, bam, gold. It's very discreet, and I think it's a lovely everyday sort of nude. I can like kind of put it on without a mirror even, be out the door. I know that I look put together and polished and everything. For a red, I have loved, and again, sorry yes gals that you cannot find this brand in the States, so I'm sure you can find it online somewhere, and I think ASOS sells Bourjois. It is the Rouge Edition Velvet in the color Hot Pepper. It has a matte finish. The applicator looks like this, and let me swatch it for you. It is right over here, so it is literally a very bright red. The name actually is fitting. It is kind of this red pepper red. It stays all day, and the reason why I love it so much is because I know that if I go out and, you know, party and drink and all of those things, this will stay on my lips and I won't have to reapply it. So that is a major winner for me, and I love the color. It doesn't really smell like anything, at least I don't think. So yeah, definitely a winner in my book. Woo, I am running out of breath. I feel like I've just been talking forever. What am I forgetting? Oh, of course. It was in my lap, so I didn't see it. This is, so I always hear about the Nars pencils, but it's usually for the matte formula, their satin one. I never hear anyone talk about the gloss. It is not a gloss in the traditional sense that it's like very gloopy and shiny. It is shiny, but because it has also gold particles, there's a theme, I guess. It is what I am wearing on my lips. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful product. It is one of my favorite lip products. It's what I wear when I don't know what to put on my lips and I want to feel pretty, and instantly I'm like, ooh, I feel pretty. This is the shade New Lover, and here, let me swatch it for you. It's very similar actually to the Clinique. Here's the Clinique one, and here's the Nars one. I'm kind of awkwardly showing you my wrist. It's more pink, and the Clinique is slightly more peachy. It's also definitely more shiny. It's beautiful. The only drawback to this is that you have to sharpen it with a pencil sharpener, and every time you do that in your pencil sharpener, there'll be a lot of product from the gloss. So you're losing a lot of product, you're dirtying your sharpener, and that's quite annoying. I wish it could be a twist up formula. Finally, well, I have 2 more products, but I figured after talking about makeup, I would tell you how I take it off, and it's with Clinique Take the Day Off Balm. I've tried many other products, also drugstore offerings, some good, some bad, but I always miss this. The Body Shop one, I forget what it's called, the chamomile balm something something, is really good as well, and slightly cheaper, but I feel like this lasts me a lot longer. I think it's twice as big, So in terms of price, it might not be that different from the Body Shop one when you compare how much product comes in this one, but I would have to double check that. It looks like this. It's a balm that so when I first bought it, I had no idea how to use this. I like put some water in it. It's like, do I just like kind of melt it with some water? No, don't do that. Just warm the product up with your hands a little bit, with your fingers, and just scoop some up. You don't need that much, just, you know, a little scoop, and I warm it between my fingers, and then I just apply it all over my face, rinse it off either with water or with a cloth. You can double cleanse, meaning that you can use a cleanser after this. I don't. I just put some toner on a cotton and then, you know, just wipe my face off with that. That's really up to you. This is not, it is not scented, which I appreciate in a product because it's on your face for such a little time anyways. You don't really need the scent to be in there, especially if you have sensitive skin. It takes off waterproof mascara, just everything. I never really have a problem taking anything off with this. I really love it. I really wanted to talk about this conditioner. It is the, I don't know what the brand is. OGX? Is that what they are? Anyways, it's the Renewing Argan Oil of Morocco conditioner. And the only reason why I'm talking about this is because this is the first hair product that I've used that I have felt a huge difference in my hair. Even my good friend who came to visit me over the summer stayed with me and used this when she washed her hair and was like, holy crap, your conditioner is amazing. I'm like, I know. It makes your hair a lot smoother, softer, and shinier. And I have thick hair, and I'm always looking for products to make it a little softer and shinier, and nothing has ever really worked before, and this has been a godsend. So get your hands on this. It has not only argan oil, but it also has coconut oil, I believe, which I love. Does it? Argan oil, cocoa butter, avocado oil, barbadensis leaf juice, aloe, yeah, coconut oil. So it is full of goodness for your hair, and I've really enjoyed that. And that concludes my 2015 beauty favorites. I hope you've enjoyed. Leave a comment if you have any questions, or you have a beauty favorite that you thought I should have included in here, or you completely disagree with one of my picks, or just say hello. I hope to see you very soon, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful New Year's Eve and New Year. So, see you soon. Bye. What kind of wave is that? Bye. See you.